Hey friends, today in writing we are going to create a sketch for our essay by filling in the four squares to see if we have chosen a good topic. So before we start our essay, we are going to look at our Empowering Writers lesson. So we're going to look again at an essay and we're going to look at three versions of it. And we're going to talk about why one version is better than the others. So this version, the first version, is called sharks. Sharks live in the ocean. I wish I could see a shark. They catch and eat other fish. There are many interesting things about sharks. They have no bones. They have lots of teeth. They have a really tough skin. If they lose a tooth, it grows back. Their scales are like armor. You don't want to meet a shark in the water because they could attack. But sharks are interesting to read about. They are good hunters. So you will notice that in version 1, it is good that it has capital letters at the beginning of the sentences and it has punctuation at the end. However, it's disorganized. It's random. It has general details. When I say disorganized, I mean there's no introduction, there's no reason 1 and reason 2, and there's no conclusion. And the details are just kind of basic, like they have really tough skin. But there's no more details than that. So let's look at version 2. Sharks. Most people are afraid of sharks, but these ocean predators have many interesting features. I will tell you all about sharks. The first interesting feature is that sharks have no bones. Instead, they have cartilage, which is like what we have in our ears and noses. Cartilage is softer than bone and can bend a little. It helps them swim faster. The second interesting thing about sharks is their scales. They have scales that feel like sandpaper. Their scales do not stand up like most fish, but their scales are really sharp and hard and help protect them. The third interesting thing about sharks is their teeth. They have 2 and sometimes 3 rows of teeth. If they lose a tooth, it grows back. The sharp teeth help them grab and rip apart their food. Even baby sharks have lots of teeth. So sharks are interesting because of their cartilage, teeth, and scales. Have you ever seen a shark? So this version is better than the last because it's organized, right? We have an introduction, we have a conclusion at the end, and then we have reason 1, 2, and 3. And you'll even notice that they sequence their reasons by saying the first interesting feature, the second interesting thing, and the third interesting thing. So it is very organized. But these details are still pretty general. We want more descriptive language. So let's look at version 3. Sharks. Sharks are fascinating creatures that live in oceans around the world. Fearsome predators, they range in size from the massive whale shark to the 8-foot-long mako shark to the tiny dwarf lantern shark who measures just 6 inches long on the average. Big or small, sharks have the flexible bodies, thick skin, and sharp teeth they need to be excellent hunters. Sharks are flexible because they have no bones. Instead, they have a skeleton made of cartilage, the same hard but bendable material in human ears and noses. Because cartilage is lighter and more pliable than bone, it allows sharks to swim faster. It also helps them to flex their bodies in order to make quick turns. This gives them a definite advantage when chasing down prey. Sharks have skin that is very different from the large, shiny scales that cover the bodies of most fish. Shark skin is comprised of small V-shaped scales that are as hard as teeth and very sharp. As the marine biologists at the Florida Museum of Natural History explain, this thick, tough skin is more like armor than skin. It not only protects the shark from attacks by other sea creatures, but can scratch any that come too close. Most importantly, sharks have 2 to 3 rows of sharp teeth that are made for grabbing prey and piercing flesh. If a shark loses a tooth, it grows back. In fact, a shark may produce, use, and shed an incredible 6,000 teeth in a single year. If you're very lucky, you might find one washed up on the beach someday. Amazingly, baby sharks have multiple rows of menacing teeth, and they are born knowing exactly how to use them. With speedy, lightweight bodies, tough skin, and rows of sharp teeth, Sharks